Seconds. Grab a sip of coffee and okay, folks, we are now streaming live on YouTube. So welcome on YouTube. If you're watching us there, welcome here on Zoom live. If you're watching in this room here, it's my pleasure to be introducing our speaker tonight. My name is David Rutz, by the way. I am the founder of David Allen Capital. My middle name happens to be Allen, thus the David Allen Capital. But this individual is going to be doing the presentation tonight to share with you what our business is all about. We've been working together since 2016, and he's been helping to fund all of our clients since then. So as much as the company is about to celebrate its 10th birthday, we're about to celebrate our 9th anniversary together, working together. And he's our expert that answers all the questions of every funding client that we refer. As you know, you're here to learn about a business funding agency where you can start a business referring funding to businesses who can't get it at their bank or can, but don't want to wait. And so Wade is our funding leader, and he leads up the funding team out of Greenville, South Carolina, and they help talk to every client who gets funding. Tens of thousands of clients have gotten funded with us. He's spoken to almost all of them in the last 9 years. So you couldn't have a better person with depth of understanding of our product, its fit in the marketplace, how badly it's needed, and what an amazing impact we're making. So when you talk about someone's belief, when you got that kind of belief, it emanates outside of you when you're presenting. So with that, I'm going to turn the presentation over to my dear friend and my business partner, Mr. Wade Cordell.
Hey, thank you, David, man. I really appreciate that. Guys, I just want to welcome you here tonight. I've been losing my voice. I've been talking to clients all day. It's exciting. Um, I really am excited. We use this word excited an awful lot, and sometimes I don't. I just think there needs to be another word that I use sometimes. But this is an amazing opportunity that can really change your financial future. And again, I'm Wade Cordell, and I'm really thrilled to introduce you to David Allen Capital, as well as our innovative Bank Breezy online funding platform. You know, in today's fast-paced world, quite frankly, access to capital is essential for small business people. It's really where Bank Breezy shines. Our platform literally simplifies the funding process, allowing entrepreneurs to have access to the resources that they need to build their business. But what makes this opportunity truly special you have a chance to become a part of something much bigger. By joining David Allen Capital, you're not just providing a vital service to businesses, you're really positioning yourself and your family for incredible financial success in the future. So I'm going to share some information with you at the end. We're going to talk a little bit, answer any questions that you guys might have. And without further ado, let me see if I can share my screen.
There we go.
And is it there, buddy?
You got it. It's not in
Guys,
presentation mode yet, but it's there.
Okay, thank you, buddy.
There you go.
You can see it?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. Guys, this opportunity that you can look at right now, and that somebody thought enough of you about to actually invite you here. It's all about helping business owners get funding, and also it's going to be about earning significant income for doing so. And what we're looking for are entrepreneurial-minded people that really want to serve business owners, that have that passion to help people, especially small business owners. Maybe you have a passion to lead a team, and guess what? You're going to get paid very well in doing so. And it's a really big opportunity here. The business owners, quite frankly, need capital really bad. You're going to see in a few minutes just how badly they need it. But unfortunately, most are denied by a bank. They can't even walk in and walk out with $10,000, about 90% of them. And you'll see why as well. We get them growth funds very quickly. You get paid very quickly. And guess what? You can build a team, which makes this a really magnificent nationwide impact for you and your business. why you're going to love this is really pretty simple. There's no license required. It's free to start. You get paid every single day, and you get paid team overrides every single day. And it's a home-based business. What that means is that you don't have to go open an office, but you surely can. I have one here in Greenville, South Carolina, but you don't have to. It's real flexible and it's real scalable, and it's really mostly an online business that gives you a national footprint. You plus your team equals a money machine. And what I mean by that is, let's say that you help a business get 80,000 in funding, you can earn about $3,200. But the beautiful part about this is when you have agents on your team and they do the same thing, they're going to earn that $3,200, but you're going to earn anywhere from 320 to $1,600 off of that same 80,000 funding. And the only difference between the 320 to 1,600 is that you actually did what you taught your agents to do. You found a funding, you got a business uh, uh, funding over the last 30 days. Think about this. What if you had 10 agents doing this, maybe 50? You can do the math about what kind of national impact you might want to have in this industry. But I want you to understand something. We're not offering debt. We're offering leverage. And what I mean by that is when you take money and you can't do anything with that money except just pay the current bills you have or just put it away for a rainy day, then you're creating debt. But what we want to do is we want to help provide leverage, money to grow the small business, help them grow and profit more. And let me kind of explain that a little bit more to you. Leverage funding in action is a beautiful thing. You got one location, for example, and you want to multiply to several locations, but you don't have the capital to do so. You need those leverage funding. If you have inventory issues, or maybe you just have an opportunity to increase your inventory by tenfold and you get a huge discount, but you've got to have the funds to do so. That's called leveraging resources when you get them. Or maybe you have an ice cream shop and you need to add equipment so you can put more ice cream on the street. Or you have a store, and if you know if you remodel it, you're going to increase the size, and if you can remodel it and get more inventory inside, you can make more money. Maybe you have a landscape crew, and it's that time of the year now where everybody's out and working in their yards, but you need to double your crew, but you don't have the revenue that you need to do so. Or maybe you have a pizza parlor, and that pizza parlor can really expand, but you can't really afford to build another building. So what you want to do is you want to build a patio outside that will increase your seating by 66%. That's leveraging the funds that we have for you. Or you could just simply be a construction worker. Maybe you're a remodeler and you got this incredible job, a job of a lifetime, but you have no access to the capital that you need to make that job a reality. This is what we're going to talk about today. And here's what you actually are going to be doing. You're going to be finding business owners that need funding, and you're going to see that is a large number nationwide. You simply are going to inform them that we can help them. You're going to connect them to our online funding platform, and then we're going to handle the rest for you. You earn on all the deals that you get funded, but you also earn on all of your team's deals as well. The question is, wait, why business funding? Well, the answer is pretty simple. There's millions of businesses that can't get funding from their local banks. That's the most underserved market in America, small business people. There's over 27 million of them out of the 30 million that are not bankable. They're not eligible to walk in to a bank and walk out with $10,000. And two-thirds of all the businesses in the first year are going to fail. And the reason cited for failure, the difference between growing or closing their business could be you, but the number one reason for failure, 82% of them, according to Small Business Administration, say is a lack of access to capital. If you're like me, my very first question when I heard that was, well, yeah, but isn't that what the bank's really for? Well, you'd think so. And banks, by the way, are great for about 10% of all the small businesses out there. But the other 90%, they just can't walk out with that $10,000 I've been talking about. But why so many are rejected from a bank, you say? Well, here's the reason that a small business person has a problem getting funded at a bank. Number one, they got to have collateral. And we've been doing this for a long time now. Most business owners don't own the building that they're in. They're leasing it. You got to have 2 years of profitable tax returns. And when you're starting a small business or you're in it, I mean, there are years that are lean and there are years that are very productive for you. You don't know when that's going to happen. And you don't always have profitable tax returns. 700 FICO, I got to tell you, most small businesses don't have that, not because they don't pay the bills. They don't have it because they get their name on everything. They're entrepreneurs. They want to build their business, so they're willing to sign for it and take the gamble. Banks require business plans. They're totally required, and they got to be approved by the bank. And then there comes this long, complex application that takes 1 to 3 months for a decision. And quite frankly, there's less than 1 million businesses that are going to qualify when they walk into a traditional bank. You're going to introduce them to our solution, which is alternative capital. We don't ever require collateral. We won't accept any type of collateral. You got to have 3 months of bank statements in a row with at least 15,000 in sales. You got to have a 550 FICO score. We'll really take lower numbers than that, if you can believe it, as long as the revenue's there. But quite frankly, we don't even pull a hard credit pull on the larger accounts anyway. You need to be able to use your front funds freely there with no restriction if you are a small business entrepreneur. And then we have a simple 5-minute online application. We get most of our folks funded the same day, no more than one business day afterwards, and we can serve over 9 million businesses nationwide that can't go to a traditional bank. And here's the other beautiful part. There's another 20 million businesses who can qualify for instant funding, the gig workers that are doing anywhere from 3 to 15,000 in sales monthly. That's a big audience, guys. The alternative capital industry is about a $300 billion industry. It's actually hiding in plain sight. In 2024, it was up 11% to about 284 billion. They expect it to grow by 2028 to 378 billion. Quite frankly, I believe by 2026 at the end, we should be able to hit even that 400 billion mark. And what our goal is, which is very reasonable, we want to hit that 1% of the market mark. We need help doing so. That's why we're talking to you. That 1% equates to 3 billion in funding. That's going to have us paying over $200 million year in and year out to our agents. Finally, their business funding that's going to work, guys, for that 90% that can't walk into a bank. But there's a problem. No one lender is best for every business out there. There are over 100 providers. There are about 20 that are great. They're all part of our platform we're going to talk about. But even the best 20, there really isn't any one that's best for every business, because some of the lenders are looking at industry types more than anything. They want to deal mainly with, let's say, construction, or mainly with restaurants, or mainly with healthcare. And then there are some that look strictly at monthly sales or time in business, or what is their FICO score. So there's really not one that's going to really serve all of those 90%. So how did we solve this whole mess? Well, it was real easy. We launched the Bank Breezy funding platform, the number one funding platform in the country. It's a 5-minute application. 20 of the top providers that compete for your deals, the best offers delivered in one day. Take a look at this entrepreneur, this business lady. She's in the middle of that phone. She applied. We give them to our lender partners. You see the red houses. That means they didn't make an offer, or they declined it for some reason. Then you have the green houses with the white paint. They were offers, but they weren't the best offer. Then at 7 o'clock, you see a really good offer. It really was. But the very best offer is at the 1 o'clock. And it shows that is the biggest offer, the best offer for the client. As simple as a convenient solution for that 90%, guys. what real big businesses are getting in just one day is this. Typically, we're going to fund them about half to two times their monthly revenue. We're revenue-based funding. For example, you get 40,000 in monthly sales. They're going to be able to get 20 to 80,000 in their bank account today or no later than tomorrow morning. The terms are usually 6 to 18 months. We're not their long-term solution, but we're there to solve problems right now. And sometimes we can get them 24 months on a very good file. But yes, what about rates? Well, with a bank are very confusing. Go look at your mortgage. When you think you're paying 6% annually for your mortgage, go look at it. You're paying about 300% when you look over time. So what we're doing is we're simplifying it. We're saying, hey, I give you $1, you give me back. I give you $10, you give me back $11.80 or $15, depending on what the situation is. It's kind of like David talks about a lot. I'm on the playground. Somebody says, "Hey, can you loan me $1?" I say, "Yeah, I'll give you $1, but you got to give me $1.18, or either $1.50 back on Friday." We simplify it so you don't have to worry about what you're going to be paying back. As an example, on 100,000, you're going to pay back anywhere from 118 to 150,000. The bottom line is, if the benefit for the money is more than the cost, these folks are going to move very quickly. But how does it really compare to a bank? It's not a lot different, because here's an example of 12% APR over 5 years. You go into a bank and get, if you can even qualify. So over that period of time, the factor rate's really a 1.34. So we're really about the same as a bank, a little bit more on deals that would be declined to the bank in the first place. But the great thing about it is there's not a complexity about what you're going to pay back. You walk in, you know exactly what you're going to pay back. Now, we don't actually determine the cost of the funds. Our lender partners do, but we guarantee the best offer. If we waste their time, and that small business person applies, and they can find our best offer in the same industry that we're in at a lower cost, and we can't beat that, then we're going to pay them $500. It's that simple for taking their time. That guarantee has never had to be paid because we're not going to lose a deal. Let me tell you about David Allen Capital, because that's really what you're here for tonight, is to know just how solid this company is. By the way, it's got a 4.6 star rating out of 5 on Trustpilot. That's amazing, especially with the industry that we're in. It's a nationwide business, guys. I'm here in Greenville, South Carolina, in our funding office, but the major office where it's domiciled is in Michigan. It's 9 years strong. It's actually going to be 10 here in a couple months. Very financially stable, profited every year. Got a real experienced leadership, guys. Our founder, which you got to hear from a while ago, David, he's got over 30 years of proven success building national companies. The corporate team got over 100 years experience. We launched Bank Breezy several years ago. As you see, almost 10. We served over 300,000 businesses nationwide, but we want to make a bigger impact. We're looking for 100,000 active agents to help us do so. Well, the market's screaming, the timing is perfect, and you say, well, 100,000 agents, that's a lot. Well, let's just talk about that for a minute. Look at real estate. I think real estate's a fantastic industry. As a matter of fact, I got some friends making a lot of buck in real estate. Last year, there were 4.7 million homes sold, but there are only 3 million licensed real estate agents in the country. That means that for every one agent, about 1.5 homes are sold. It's still an amazing industry. I mean, it is a great opportunity to be a real estate person, but you just got to know what the numbers really are. Compare that to business funding. There's over 9 million business owners that need funding. There's under 100,000 agents to serve them. That comes out, guys, to for every one agent, there's 90 businesses that need capital, not to mention that there's over 20 million other businesses who qualify for our instant funding that are doing 3,000 to 15,000 in monthly sales. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. You want to get on the ground floor because it's still the ground floor. We're going to provide you everything you need. We start off in minutes after you sign up with us, and you'll see that tonight if you take the plunge, like most of you have already done that are on here. You're going to get your own site. It's a beautiful site. It's got David Rutt speaking to that business owner and in just a couple minute blurb, telling them about what to expect. We've got all the information on that site. It's going to talk about how this works, the application process, what the qualification process is, answer any kind of questions that they may have, and then they come to our platform page where they apply. They're going to get a decision very quickly, and then they're going to receive their funds. It's really that simple. And we're going to provide you all the tools you need, including social squares, like you see right here, so that you can get your business launched day one. The real thing that you need to understand is success really starts with you. That's why we're looking for those 100,000 agents to put on board throughout the entire United States. You help business owners grow, but we're going to pay you very fast, and we're going to give you big bonuses. Now, we got other ways that we serve clients, like merchant processing. We got a dual pricing that erases the business owners' fees, that boosts their profit. I was fortunate enough to get a national pizza chain on board through this process. It's an amazing program, and we got health share that actually will help save your small business anywhere from 60 to 80% on traditional insurance. We put these in place because we want to help our entrepreneurial minded business people, but we serve also the gig funding up to 10,000, which I was talking about in a few minutes. But really, our main focus is business funding up to $2 million. We're built for business owners that are doing 15,000 a month. We're built for those 9 million businesses that are out there, even though there's 20 more million that we can serve. Let's talk about compensation. Here's the great thing about what I love about David Allen Capital. You can't go direct to them without going through you as an agent, someone, to get funding. You don't come directly to us and get funding. We're not competing against our brokers. You fund a client, you're going to get paid the next day. And what I love is that you're really only one conversation away from your next payday. And really, there's no limit to the number of conversations that you can have every single day. Every funding, there's a bonus paid, and it's paid very quickly. You can earn 2 to 8% of whatever the funded amount is. That comes out to about 3 to 4% of the funding amount. We talk about bonus revenue, 40 to 80%. That comes out to that 3 to 4%. For example, you go out and you find a bricklayer and you help them get $80,000 in funding. You're going to earn around $3,200 for doing that on your first funding. This is a coast-to-coast opportunity, guys. You can do this anywhere in the United States. We had a new agent that in their first 10 days got a $240,000 funding. They earned about $9,600 the day after we got paid. Usually we get paid the next day or 2 or 3 or 5 days later at the most, but usually it's in a couple of days. And the day that we get paid, the following day, we're going to pay you. There's also a residual income. We call it quiet money. That's money that you get month after month from these residual programs that I showed you a while ago, like the restaurant on merchant services, doing 100,000 a month. That's about $3,000 a year. That's just mailbox money that you're going to see year in and year out. But agent commissions is a big deal. I showed you that it can be incredibly lucrative, and you're going to see how much more lucrative it really will be. There are bonuses that you get paid right now, and there's residuals that you get paid later. That all adds up to a really good opportunity if that was all that there is. But your income doesn't stop with that. Just like brokers in your town, like real estate brokers or insurance brokers or ADP brokers, any of those folks that have teams out there, you have an ability to build an agency and really serve and take over, be the funding person for your town. There are no funding people for any town in America unless you become that funding person for that town. And just like all those brokers and agencies, they can go build that agency. You can do the same thing. And when you do so, you're gonna get paid anywhere from 10 to 50% match on all the agents that you personally enroll. So whatever the base commission is, you're gonna if it's $1,000, you're gonna earn anywhere from $100 to $500 off of that. I'll show you how that works right here. Let's say that you go out and you say, Wade, I do want to own this market. I'm going to go out and I'm going to build me a team. So you go out and you get Wade on your team. I go out and I enroll and find a small business person, help them get funding for $80,000. That person is going to be that just got the funding is going to be the happiest person in this whole scenario. But that agent that I brought in, or you brought in, if it's me, they got $3,200. They're pretty darn happy themselves. But you, because you are the agent that brings it in, you're going to earn anywhere from 10 to 50% of what that $3,200 commission is. Not from the agent's commission. The company pays that as bonuses to you. So the you're going to earn anywhere from $320 to $1,600. And you know the only difference between the 10 and 50% is the fact that I did what I'm training people to do. Went out over the last month and I found a small business people and helped them get funded. So as long as I can get a funding once a month, I'm going to stay at that 50% level. Think of it like getting paid on your agent sales for the lifetime. And the way that you can really stack income is by building a national team. Here's an example of 11 people that you brought in all over the country. Now, let's just say these are not monthly commissions or annual commissions. You're gonna be able to earn money on all of the overrides on every one of these. So let's just look at 10%. If you are at the 10% level, which means you never got a personal client yourself, but you have all these agents that you're working with, you're going to earn 10% of what they're doing. The guy out in the state of Washington made 30,000. You got 300. The person in New York, you made 4,000 on. The one out in Omaha, you made 14,000. That incredible person in Greenville, South Carolina, you made 18,000. But then you got the guy over in Houston, Texas. He never launched his business. He never told people about it. So that he didn't earn anything on him. They didn't lose any money because it didn't cost them anything to get started. But you didn't make any money because we really do only pay our management team if they help people succeed. When success happens, we get paid. So think about this. If you go out and you're truly successful and you get just one funding every single month, that 10% turns to 50%. So on a $600,000 team-based commission, instead of earning 60,000, you're in 300,000. That's how powerful this compensation is, and we're going to teach you how to do all this. But it multiplies from there. All the agents that you bring in, they're going to be wanting to build agencies too. That's what you're really looking for. The entrepreneurs out there, the entrepreneurs that are looking for an opportunity to build their own agency. And that way you can get paid nationwide on thousands of different agencies and agents throughout the country. I mean, look at it like this. There you are in the middle of the country, and you've got your agents, those 6 agents that began building their agencies, but their agents within their agencies want to do exactly the same thing, and it just starts growing, and pretty soon it's going to grow to something incredibly large. And when any of those people anywhere in the United States get a check, guys, you get an override on it. It's amazing. And here's really how the money stacks up. And a an average commission on a smaller deal. I'm not talking about the 100, 200, $300,000 deals, but on some of these, the average deal, you're going to earn about $3,000 as an agent commission. If if that direct agent's part of your agency, you're going to earn anywhere from 10 to 50%. So the lowest you're going to earn is $300. It could be $1,500 off of that same funded deal. And then, of course, as nationwide agencies are developing throughout your organization, you're going to wind up earning on your personal efforts, your team efforts, and then on your team's team. And that's how income scales with this opportunity. It's really amazing. But what really tops it off is the excellent training and the extras that you get, the tools, the systems that we have that help your potential. Your ready to go business system is free. It's not free in the sense that it costs something. It's just complimentary. We're paying for it. The DAC is. But it's a step-by-step plan that if you follow the process, the DAC way, it's going to succeed. You got a back office that it's complimentary. You see all your deals. You see all the agents that are inside your organization. We got a certification program. You're going to hear a lot more about that over the next weeks, where agents are going to be able to get trained. You got a promo tools section. It's called our Agent Resource Center. You're going to be able to go in there and get every tool you need to be successful. We've got all the social squares, all the printing, everything's ready. All the training's there, video training. There is so much there for you. And all of that, guys, are at no cost to you. I'm telling you, in this industry, anywhere else, it will cost you $5,000. In this industry, I know companies charging $30,000 just to train you and put you on the street. We're going to do it all. And all the cost is coming out of our pocket, not yours. You've got unmatched support and community. We've got a 24/7 agent Facebook group. This is where all the pros go. The people that want to be part of the community. They exchange information and talk about their successes so you can read and experience with them every single day. We got live daily coaching. One of our experts at 11:30 every single day. You're going to be able to go on and you're going to listen to their pro tips and what they're doing. We've got Zooms like this at night where you got professionals that have done this for a long time that's going to help you. These are real people. They're going to, and it's a real support team. As I said earlier, our leaders only win when you do. They don't make money off of you. They make money when you are successful. You're never going to be alone, guys, in this. You're not going to be flying out there all alone. We're going to be there for you. I got to tell you, other brokers are going to pay $30,000 just to use this platform. If they're not part of David Allen Capital, you get it for 100% free. I want you to think about that. You're getting a $30,000 a year opportunity at no cost to you. And we've got what we call put our money where our mouth is guarantee. We don't make a dime until you make a dollar. We offer a better way to serve and succeed. There's no fees. There's no risk. There absolutely is no fine print, and there's vast commissions that are possible to you if you go out and do it the DAC way. We don't win, guys, unless you win. But to summarize all of this, we got a business you can scale from anywhere. It's a nationwide reach. 9 million businesses, 20 million instant funding opportunities, small business solution that's needed by every small business out there. You earn every day with conversations, proven sites and systems that work, and you got expert support, people that have been doing this for an awful long time. These are real solutions for real needs, and it really makes a real impact whenever you see what's available to you to grow your business. In summary, there really are no barriers or excuses. You can start part-time, full-time, anytime. There's no license or red tape you got to go through. And it costs zero to launch your business today. You can work anywhere. You can be on vacation and work and you can be on vacation and talking to people about your business, talking to business owners when you walk in and you're shopping. You can launch your business in one day. It gives you an opportunity, guys, to make a difference. Like we talked about at the beginning, create your own money machine, get paid incredibly fast, get paid monthly on the residual side that's mailbox money, get paid on all the teams that you put together and the teams that they put together, and you're never alone. We always have experts. So if you can follow a system and talk to business owners, this is going to work. Question is, where do you stand? Some of you are going to say, well, I'm out. This is really it for me. Well, you probably have already dropped off anywhere, but if you haven't, and this is really it for you, what I ask you to do is this. Person who invited you here thought enough of you to invite you. So if you run across anyone that you know that owns a small business that might be interested in whether it's funding, payment processing, or whatever, just refer it to your friend that invited you. They would really appreciate this. Or if you know someone looking for an opportunity, you don't want to get involved, tell your friend that invited you here. If you're curious or you're saying, I'm in, let's launch it, just understand this works. The only question is it for you and are you ready to move? So I want to thank you for being here tonight. If you're not interested, I'm giving you a chance to drop off. But those of you who are interested, I want to go over very quickly 4 steps to get you started. And we want to help you get started down the right path. Number one is get started. It's 100% on us. You're not going to be fronting a bunch of money to get started. Get trained. You're going to get videos 1 and 2, and then after you watch those videos, excuse me, then that's going to unlock your private game plan that you're going to go over with the person that brought you into this company, and get going. Share your links with business people, with people that might be interested in helping you grow your business or be part of your business. Get your first clients and get what we call amped up. That means you make more money in the pay plan. You're going to hear more about that later. So first thing you need to do if you're interested is really kind of choose your path. Are you interested in being a solo agent? That's fine. We got room for you. If you don't care about building a team and you want to go at it, and maybe you're a CPA and you got a whole bunch of business accounts, this might be for you. Or maybe you're a team builder. You say, wait, I want to build a local agency. I want to dominate the space that I live in. Or maybe you're a market leader, someone like myself or David and others that are leaders that are on here that just want to take a national approach and say, I'm going to build this big. Whichever role fits you best, let's enroll. I'll let your enroller know and let's start your journey today. So without any further ado, I'm gonna kind of close by saying this. This is one of the greatest opportunities I've ever been around. I built some national organizations, but never have I been able to have an opportunity to earn such significant money by helping people, not selling anything, but directing small business people. 4 out of 10 business people need funding today. 6 out of 10 are going to need it in the next 180 days. That's what the SBA says. That's not our figures. Those are real. The question is, who's going to go out and who's going to meet them first? Is it going to be you? Are you going to dominate your market? Are you going to take this opportunity seriously and hop on it today? David, I think what I'd like to do is just kind of open this up for any kind of questions or comments for you or me. If you'll do a dual screen here, and if you guys got comments you want to talk to the founder, which is David Rutz, he's right here with me. You can ask questions if you have questions that you want me to answer. Hey, I'll be more than happy. As David told you, I've been very blessed. I've been here for almost that whole 10-year period, about 9.5 of them, and I've talked to literally thousands of small business people, and I'm telling you, they are excited about this opportunity. They may, when you first talk to them, they may say, Well, I don't know about this, but just remember, there are employees that are listening, there are customers that are listening, and in the back of their mind it says, "Thank you, God. You're an answer to prayer." Walking in there and giving them that solution. Do we have anybody or any comments? Anybody that's an agent?
Hey, while we're waiting to see if any hands come up, Wade, let me just say, what a fabulous job. I love watching you present. I was typing some stuff in the chat, all enthusiastic, but when you have the belief you have, and you've seen what this does for agents, what it does for clients, thousands of clients who've scaled their business because of this company, but not because of this company, because of the agents of this company who told the business owner about it. They were difference makers. So, team, as you're looking at this, and I see a couple people have their hands up, but as you're looking at this, keep this in mind. You have an opportunity to be an impact in your community, and all you have to do is reveal to business owners that you know and in your community that another source of funding exists for business owners when their bank can't help them, or when they don't want to wait for their bank, or don't want to have to put up their house as collateral for a business, their diner or their nail salon, and they don't want to risk their personal home for that, and they don't have to with us. So all you got to do is reveal it, and then when someone wants to check out how much they can get approved for, we're going to get them the best offer from the top 20. It's spectacular. We'll give you the training, but this isn't sales. You're not closing anyone. You're just revealing and offering support for if and when they're ready for some growth capital for all those ideas that Wade showed on those slides. Just brilliant. I see we have a few hands up. They're all agents in the team. If you're a brand new guest tonight and you have a question for Wade or myself, we'd love to take those first. But while we're looking, let's go to Ellen Wynn. How you doing, Ellen? Ellen is one of the superstar agents out of Atlanta, Georgia. So, Ellen, what do you got to say for us tonight?
Hey, David, thank you. And Wade, great job on the presentation. I just want to speak real quickly to any guests that are watching this presentation tonight. I'm coming up on my 7-year anniversary with DAC. And if you're like me, the first time I saw this, I really thought it was too good to be true, that I could get started in a business for free and that I could earn commissions with a comma in it without having to put any money into my new business. But guys, it's real. Everything that Wade shared with you tonight is the truth. DAC pays on time every time, and all the opportunity is here. We're just looking for some folks that are committed to sharing the word. It's really a simple business as long as you're willing to plug in and play and follow everything that we teach you. So I encourage you to get back with the person that invited you here tonight. Get started and see if it's a good fit for you, because we'd love to have you. Thank you, David. I appreciate the opportunity to speak.
Well said. I'm glad you took the opportunity to speak.
Thank
Ellen's
you, Ellen.
Ellen's been agent of the month in our company several times. We don't use that term anymore because she kept winning it. So we had to put it aside. So thank you so much. We got McGuire Tate. McGuire, one of our rising stars, does this presentation. In fact, he and I are going to be doing it tag team next Tuesday night. We're going to do it together, McGuire Tate and I. So let's see what McGuire's got to share.
Didn't want to take too much time. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Perfect. I just wanted to jump on and say, Wade, I know I talked to you earlier today and said you were going to kill it, but a fantastic biz op tonight. Really moving, really powerful. I know I'm already an agent, but just seeing, the opportunity and how it's presented, it really is real and it's very impactful, not only for us as agents, but definitely for the business owners. And that's what makes it worthwhile and keeps everyone energized. So community is great. We always support each other and keep each other motivated throughout the week. So for anyone that's new, obviously get in touch with the Facebook group. It's a lot of love in there, a lot of new ideas and tips throughout the week to keep you chugging. So just wanted to give Wade his props and welcome everybody. And again, thank everyone for jumping out tonight.
Yeah, thank you, man. You know what? There's about 90 people on here, probably another couple hundred on YouTube or more. There'll be thousands that see it. So that tells you two things. Number one, it's early. I mean, we need 100,000 brokers and we need agents. We need them quickly because there's a lot of businesses to serve. It tells you that the timing couldn't be better.
Hey, Wade, we got a couple questions. First question is, if someone applies for funding and then doesn't take they're given an offer, but chooses not to take it, how long before they can reapply again to try to open that offer up again and try to get that funding?
Yeah, usually we tell them 30 days, but that's just really not accurate. I have them coming back 10 days later and saying, I made a mistake. I really want this. That offer I can probably reinstate as long as they see. Here's the problem with offers is
Like today,
if you
like
don't
right
take
now,
it
the end
today,
of the month.
yeah, if you don't take it today and because of what time it is, exactly the end of the month, everything changes. You got to start over, even if you try to wait a week from now, because the new month is now passed. So these are the times where it gets really fun at the end of the month for people to do. But uh, things can happen. Things can happen. We've had a lot of times where people didn't take all that we offered. And we said, I got them 200,000. They said, I just want 100 right now. Well, it's not a line of credit in those situations, and so they have to wait another 30 to 60 days to get more money because they just took funding, and that does happen. But guys, um, the key is a sense of urgency. What are they going to do with the money? And I don't want them to take the money. Honestly, you don't either if they're not going to have a good use of it today anyway. So if they need to wait 2 weeks, sometimes we wait 2 weeks, but they need to be waiting 2 weeks for the right reasons.
All right, we have a couple more questions, and we have a couple agents, Matt and Nick DeHame, who have their hands up, want to share a comment, I'm sure. Let's go to the questions first for our guests. Number one, I'll let you answer this one. Do we provide funding for trucking companies, owners, and operators?
Yes, indeed. As a matter of fact, more and more companies are getting out of that space, and we say bring them on.
Yep. And then I'll take this next question. If I was given a link through someone else to join, can I still be a team builder and still earn the same amount of money, or is my income reduced because someone else referred me? Absolutely. You can earn the same commissions you see here. You don't have to be recruited by the company direct. In fact, we'd prefer you get recruited by an agent. And your commissions are never reduced because someone in your team is making a lot of money. If you recruit me and I recruit Wade and Wade goes out and makes $1 million, you're getting your percentage on Wade regardless. It doesn't matter. If I make $1 million, you're getting 10% minimum of my $1 million in base commissions, no matter what. We've got in our comp plan, half the money goes to the agents who got the client, half to 80% actually. 40 to 80%. And then the rest goes to the enroller and their team above them. So we've got it all worked out. You'll never get reduced because someone learned of this first. And the good news is you can recruit me. I recruit Wade. Wade recruits Ellen. Ellen recruits McGuire. McGuire recruits Matt, who introduces Nick. And then Nick recruits the superstar of the company. And they go out and we all get paid on it. We all earn a little override as long as we're qualifying for it. We got to do things to qualify on our entire team. So yes, you can use their link and get started. The more people you recruit, the more you've added, the more it can multiply. Another question about opportunity. Do you ever have the objection, Wade? I don't want to deal with a broker. I know how I'll answer that, but how would you answer that?
Oh, I totally get it. You don't have to deal with it. Here's the great thing about it. This platform has got us. It's as if you're working with the 20 top lenders in the country. Forget what the broker is or isn't. Maybe they're not doing the job you want, but maybe they're just fantastic and you want them to be part of it. Either way, the good thing about it is we have our pros and that work hand in hand with the lenders. They're not going to be able to go to the lender and get a better deal than they're going through us to get funding because we got all the good contracts. We've got the tried and true uh, um, uh, task with each and every. We haven't been doing this for 2 weeks. We've been doing this for 10 years. So they love us and they want to be part. As a matter of fact, David, more and more lenders are calling us and we're just not interested. We're not talking to them and they don't understand. We're not built
Yes.
for them.
I would also say this, I deal with this as the owner of the company because I'm talking to friends. They don't want me to see their personal information, assume I will. So I always say we get paid to refer clients to the platform. I don't see your stuff. The platform takes all your data. We then go out and find the best offer from those 20. And by the way, those 20 are competing. They know they got one chance. They're going to tell Wade's team, this is I'll give them 80 grand at this price. And if the lender number 2 is giving them 90 grand at a better price, we don't even talk about lender 1's offer. We only mention lender 2's, as Wade showed in that graphic. So they know I've got one shot. I'm not going to barter with Bank Breezy team. I'm going to give them the best offer, as he said. So best contracts and also competition equals best offer. Next question. Can't wait to hear what Nick and Matt have to say. Can I fill out the application for my client? The answer to that is no. This online platform is actually a digital signature they sign. So they're actually signing an application online. So they have to do it. Even though it's only 5 minutes, it's still officially an application they have to sign themselves. And there was one more. So we are the ones that follow up with the small business once the offer is made. No. What happens is, I'll tell you what happens, how it gets to Wade. He'll tell you what he does. You simply get the client to your replicated site that we give you for free. They fill out the 5-minute application, upload 3 months bank statements. I'm talking about our bigger funding. The instant funding, under 15 grand, they go right into an instant application, fill out some stuff, enter their routing and account number to link their bank accounts to verify sales, and they get an instant approval or instant decline and instant funding. That's the instant. But as far as 15 grand or higher, where we focus, when they fill out that form at your replicated website, they upload their bank statements, then Wade's team takes it, looks at it, and gives a pre-approval right then, doesn't waste any lender's times. We've got our own underwriting team, make sure this is a good file, or they decline it right away. They say, sorry, you're not eligible for funding. There's things they look for. And about 10% of the clients, wouldn't you say, Wade, about 10% get declined?
Yeah, at the most.
At the most. Okay, good. So less than 10% get declined at initial underwriting. They just weren't eligible to apply. They didn't read the minimums. But then once we have a good package, Wade's team then gets that to the top 20 lenders, usually just the top 6, unless they get a decline, then it goes to more. So Wade, why don't you take over once we got an approval, because we get back all the approval offers, then does the agent have to do anything?
Yeah. As I said, as you just said, we start with the A lenders, B lenders. They're all categorized, and we want them. But this happens very rapidly. That we're going to get the answers to what we need. Then once we've got all that, then you're out of the picture once it's submitted. Sometimes, but you do get information about what's happening throughout the stages. But we handle it from that point on. We have gathered all the documents. We talk to the lenders, and then us and the lender talk to your client, and we take it home for you.
Yep. We present the offer, answer all their questions. That's why I say Wade has talked to literally 10,000 plus clients who've gotten funded. He's spoke to and answered their questions. 10,000. I mean, that's no joke. Let's go to Matt Dehane. We've got one more question, but it's going to wait for 1 minute because it's a kind of an add-on about minimum requirements. Matt Dehane, one of our stars, he's working actually from Argentina. He and his son, who are both he's going to speak next. Matt, you got a comment for our new guest tonight?
Your new guest, yeah. I would say that your new guest brought a new type of energy. There's nobody better. I'm sorry, David. Got to say it. Nick. This guy, as you said, has more hands-on experience with the business at hand, where the rubber meets the road. Nobody has gone and seen so many variables as he's gone through this. Listen, I've been with this company for 7 years and 4 months out of those 10, and I stuck it out. And I want anybody new coming on here thinking, I'm not sure if listen, I'm so glad I did stick it out. Talk about the cost of funds, and I'll make this brief. The cost of losing an opportunity is far greater than the price of the money often, and that, or the potential benefit and the potential gain of that opportunity. They're jumping on the cost of losing the opportunity in the customer's mind is usually the greatest reason why they proceed and they accept our funding. If they can get it from a bank, I always said, go there first. Credibility is what this company is all about. You can see it shining. It's just, dripping. Wade will tell somebody it's probably not a good idea. Now the broker, well, you don't get that deal, but it's better for that customer. They're going to come back. They'll refer 2 or 3 others and you're going to look great. The bottom line is this is an opportunity with zero limits. You're going to hear my son, Nick, following me up right now in another country. Now we're American citizens, but doing this, I always say North Pole, South Pole, give me an internet, a computer, my cell phone. I'm good to go. And, when we're visiting the country on the ground, it's great to see businesses belly to belly. You can do whatever you do best and bring your skills, your skill set, your talents, and plug in. And it's a plug and play business. It's a business in a box, I love to say. And it's real. It seems, as Ellen mentioned, my cohort from 7+ years, we've been just doing this together, and it seemed to me too good to be true as well. But when you get your first funded client, help the business, then the paycheck comes, and then another one comes, and you're doing it, and that begats momentum. So I'm sure my son's going to follow up with momentum. That's his favorite word, because he's rolling. We're amped up. We're getting another client. You get yourself going. Don't wait. Don't try to do it right. Just do it. And you'll find yourself failing, or should say succeeding forward by failing incrementally, so where you're not failing and you're only doing well. I love you guys, and I'm so happy I'm here. Let's roll.
Thank you, Matthew. Let me take one more question, and then we've got Nick, and it looks like Ambi or Nana. I'm not sure the full name there. So someone asked, what if someone's only doing 10,000 a month now, but they said they're going to be doing 80,000 next month? They've already done the sales. They're already got the receipts coming. And the answer is, I've already answered it on there, but guys, it's not what you're going to do potentially. I mean, we're happy for that, but our qualifier, this is revenue-based funding, meaning past revenue, already occurred sales. So it's what they've done over the last 90 days, which matters most. Even if they did 200,000 in December, if last month they only did 5, they're just not eligible for funding. You got to have 15,000 minimum per month, every month for the last 90 days, minimum to apply for our bigger funding. Our instant funding, 3,000 a month, every month minimum for the last, but for our bigger funding, 15,000 a month minimum, not 13, 15. Yep. And then we've got Nick DeHame, superstar, my friend. You're not live. Oh, you are live on video. Good. We could feature you. What do you got for us tonight? You're good.
All right.
I'm gonna stop.
Me.
I got to stop your video, buddy, because you're not.
Can you hear me? Yes, sir. Here, Wade. All right. Could be the connection. No worries. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you clear, but we had to turn your video off.
No worries. No worries. All right. Speaking, Wade, phenomenal presentation. Knocked it out of the park, buddy. And I just want to speak to all of the new guests here what this is. I mean, you saw him, Wade Cordell. He deals with all of our clients. And as a testimony, as a testimonial, I can tell you, every client I refer to our Bank Breezy funding platform. Wade is always on it. He's right there. The team is getting our clients the best offers. I can say that from experience from last week of one of my renewal clients received an $80,000 funding offer. This was his second time using our funding platform, and he received a much better offer than the first time he went through the platform because his revenue had improved. And Wade, because of the relationship that Wade and the team has established throughout all of these years with all of our lenders, we have a significant, a personal relationship with all these lenders. When they see an application from Bank Breezy, they know that they have to compete and get Wade the best offer. So I just want to tell everyone, this is real. It's getting better. It's always getting better and better. And just get to the person that invited you out tonight. I am blessed to be a part of DAC and this great community. So all I can tell you, new potential agent looking into this opportunity, join now, and let's make a huge impact nationwide, guys. Rock and roll. God bless.
Love it. Well done, Nick. And by the way, Nick does our presentation. You may have heard him do it last Thursday. He'll be doing it again in the future. We had another question, Wade, and I want you to answer this. I answered it privately to them, but I'd like you to want to make sure I answered it accurately. the person who asked about the trucking company was very thankful that we fund trucking companies. They've got people with several clients who do transportation. And I told them the approval amounts, it is a higher risk. So the approval amounts, as much as we're 50% to 200% of the monthly revenue in trucking, it's a high risk unless they've already got several trucks with several transportation contracts, et cetera, doing a lot of revenue. If they've only got one truck, it's high risk in case that one truck breaks down. So can you tell them, and I told them, I think the approval offer, if they've only got one truck, maybe only 25% of their monthly revenue to 50% up to 100, depends on things. What would you say the qualification revenue is, or the approval amount is on a trucking company if they only have one truck right now?
Usually it's about 50 to 75%, not 25%. But listen, I've had one trucking get 100% before. It really, looking at their daily balances can really help that as well, and the time in business that they've had helps that too. But typically, it's 50 to 100%, and most of the time it's closer to that 75%.
Okay, I corrected that.
And there's some trucking companies that our A lenders fund, and I've gotten almost 200% for them. I mean, I can receive one that had like a dozen trucks. We got 300,000. They were doing 175 a month. So it really, here's the beauty of this business. Every file stands on its own. There is no cookie cutter approach to any of this. And everybody's mentioning my name. Wade did this. Wade did. We got a team here. It's not just me talking to people. We got a team. I mean, one person couldn't do all this, and there's a lot of credit that needs to go out there for our team. And we've got agents that don't. We prefer most agents to stay out of it, but we got people like Nick that want to be part of their clients. They really nurture their clients, and that's why they get more fundings than anybody else. And we allow those people to be part of the process if they want to be, but you don't have to be. And we, quite frankly, prefer you not to be unless you're a pro.
Beautiful. Hey, well said. We've got one other question from Michael Ucha, I believe it is. Michael or yeah, I'm sorry.
Grand Rising, everybody.
All right.
My name is Ambassador Michael Paul Brown. There's other titles, but I can skip those for now.
Okay.
The greatest is to give thanks to the Most High, the Creator, Celestial Mother and Father of the universe. But Mr. David Allen Capital, for years I've been with your company and in its earlier phase. And for some reason, the person that invited me, I can't even remember who was the person, but I left the program on autopilot. And when I came back, I paid some different marketing person to kind of keep the thing going while I wasn't in full commission. And when I came back, I decided to check the website, and I found out that number is not working anymore. So I wrote to the customer service department. They reinstate me back, and I adjusted some things on the account. But the problem is, under that old account, I don't know if there was any commission. The headquarters was saying that they don't know. So I said, let me come to the meeting to see if there's any way they could transfer anything that is on that commission account over to this new account.
Yeah. So let me.
I think it was a computer that regenerated a new person in the what is called the tier that I'm now under.
Yeah, let me answer the question. In general, we have to look at everyone's unique situation, but in general, every one of us who's an agent has to renew each year. It's free, but there's contract changes, there's terms and condition changes. So every year an agent has to renew, or they're no longer an agent, right? They lose their agent status and they go in what we call inactive status. And we keep emailing and say, hey, you're inactive. Your position's going to be canceled if you don't renew. It's free, but you got to agree to terms and conditions again and renew. Otherwise, you're canceled. It's a legal thing. We have to do it. Otherwise, you're not bound by our updated policies and procedures.
Right.
So we can't have that because we're liable for our independent agents. So That's why you would have been canceled if you weren't answering those emails. But if
Yeah,
you,
I was out of commission. I was on
yeah,
international
no,
duties.
no
And
problem. If you've been reinstated, your question though is about commission.
right.
If you've been reinstated,
I just need to be updated with a
yes,
lot of things because I see that you're at the next level of you're at 2.0 right now. And when I came in, it was at 1.0. So I need to
yeah,
be updated with the new commission
okay.
status and all these things that need to be updated in,
Absolutely. What you'll want to do is have support send your, in fact, support's on here, Sharon. If you could,
right.
maybe you don't know his ID and all that, but if you can send Sharon Rutz, who's on here, that's my mother, if you can
Mm.
comment to her your agent ID, if you know it, or your legal name,
Yes.
go in and
I know my username.
okay, good. Email it to her in the private text. You don't have to say it out loud, but text it to her
Uh,
in the chat here.
Roth.
Go to
Sharon
the
Roth.
chat. Go to the chat and chat your ID. And what she'll do is resend your welcome email, which gives you links as if you're brand new, not links, but it'll give you a reminder of what your links are. It'll give you all the new trainings so you can get up to speed. Just pretend you're brand new. Now, as far as any old commissions, you've already contacted support and told them they're looking for old commissions, so they can check that. If someone's inactive,
Yeah.
if someone's inactive, they're not eligible for any more commissions. But
Right.
usually we give them their commissions unless they've been canceled. Then they're out of the system. They're out. So they wouldn't get commissions. But I will tell you that we can see whether you ever qualified for something. In my suspicion, because I did the commissions manually up until not that long ago, I
Right.
would have remembered your name earning a commission and not getting it. So I don't think you
Right.
earned any commissions that if you were paying someone a system, I don't know what that system was.
No. For marketing the website,
Yeah, I
not
get it. And I don't
for
know.
the in-house activities. I don't let
Yeah,
no one go
absolutely.
into the passwords and the security features.
Yeah, we don't charge anything, of course, but whoever you were paying, they would have results for you, whether they sent links. But so I would check with support. Sharon, please email Sharon because
No,
we're
I didn't pay them to go into my inbox to check. All I did was just the default
yeah,
website. Just give it to them to that constantly promote it so
yeah.
that
Well,
it goes in autopilot mode.
let me say this. We started canceling people May of last year, or making people inactive May of last year. August of last year, August of 24 is when people got canceled. So you would have had to
Mhm.
earn the commission before August of last year. But you would
Mhm.
have been told, you had a commission and we would have paid you. So after August of last year, we terminated accounts who didn't renew. And
Mhm.
if you earned one after then, if you
Right.
commission after August of last year, we would know, we would see it. But
Okay.
unfortunately, you're not eligible for it because you weren't an agent. But I don't think it happened. It rarely does it happen that someone gets a commission that's not active because your site's not active. As soon as you go inactive, your site's not active. No one can apply. They can't apply.
Right.
Your site doesn't exist. So
Right.
you wouldn't have had commissions afterward. Hopefully, whoever you were paying to do marketing would have told you, hey, your site's shut down if they were
Um,
really using it because they would have saw your site shut down.
in other words, I just pay them just to repost it, so they would know if it's active or not active, because they still see the site. So I didn't give
Yeah.
them all the relevant details, so that they study the in. Because as long as they're not a part of it,
Yeah,
I cannot go into
I
in-depth
understand. For sake
detail.
of tonight, though, let's take this offline
Mhm.
to the support department. They can
I
help
put
you.
the information in the inbox a little while ago, and
Beautiful.
I
I think
hope Mr.
Sharon
Roth.
already wants to comment. So, Sharon, what do you got to say? This is my mama. What do you got to say, mama?
I had sent Michael an email earlier today in regards to this, and in his old account, he did not have any, and he doesn't in his new account either.
Okay.
So I think
Could you
he's
resend his
okay right
welcome
now.
email? Could you resend
Okay,
his welcome email?
Yes, I've sent him two of them.
and all emails. Just send it to my new email that is on the account.
Okay, we're gonna end this discussion just because this is turning into an agent support discussion, and that's not what this is designed for. Are there any other questions? And we're glad to have you back, Michael. And I'm glad Sharon. Thanks for taking care of him, Sharon. Any other questions from anybody tonight? Not agent support related, but about the opportunity that you want to ask, or any comments before we close this out? All right, Wade, you're the speaker. Oh, we just got a hand go up. Usually I wouldn't call on him, but you didn't start yet. So we're going to go ahead. Low family, you are the last unmute. What do you got to say for us tonight?
Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I did have one other additional question. For individuals or entrepreneurs that own multifamily rental properties where they're getting regular rental income, say in excess of 15,000, they're clear a month. Is that eligible for funding? Because I work with a number of investors that are looking to purchase additional properties.
Absolutely. We fund them all the time. Those are actually, when it comes to rental type programs, those are the best. We want them to have reoccurring revenue on a monthly basis. So absolutely.
Thank you so much. That is exciting.
You are welcome so much. Thank you.
And what's your first name, by the way?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I couldn't change my profile. My first name is Loretta. I am a David Allen Capital agent. I'm just restarting my business.
Beautiful. Well, Loretta, glad to have you
Actually. And I'm a real estate broker. Again, I work with a lot of investors, and I'm the person that also have a lot of truckers in my sphere of influence. But yeah, I'm just anxious to get going. Thank you.
Great comments. Appreciate you being here. I'm looking at one more question from Dom. I was wondering, in your opinion, should I get the business cards or the brochures, which have the highest conversion? Neither, unless you call this the brochure. So the Drop Connect cards are the answer. These right here, they got your information on the back. I noticed how I covered mine, and they got it's a billboard on the front. When your bank can't help, we can. You can order these right from your agent resource center, or at least you can download this to go to a local printer, which is probably cheaper and quicker. You download the PDF file, you edit the back where it's white, you put your information in there, or you can do it at Canva on our website. We have a link directly to Canva where you can edit this information and put your QR code. And can you show what a QR code is, Wade, on yours? Some people don't know. If you could cover, that's what a QR code looks like. So that way they can just click it with their phone. You can put these up. I went for a walk yesterday, and I'll end with this. Well, Wade's going to end us, but I'll end with this little short story. I went for a long walk yesterday, and I decided to walk to a local car dealership to use the men's room halfway through my walk. And as I walked out of the bathroom, they have a giant bulletin board with a bunch of local businesses. I didn't have my phone because I have a new thing that says I'm not taking my phone. It's my personal time with God. I call it walkie-talkie. I walk, he talk. Walkie-talkies, as I told Wade. So I don't take my phone with me. So I couldn't take a picture of all the business cards. I didn't have a card to post, but guess where I'm walking to tomorrow? That same dealership, and I'm putting one of these puppies right up on the board. And I'm taking a picture of every one of those businesses, and I'm going to reach out and reveal to them this great business funding. You don't know me directly, but I saw your business card at such and such Motors car dealer. And I just want to introduce myself because I'm local. I'm your local business funding agent for David Allen Capital. We help when the bank can't. I just want to introduce myself. Would it be okay if I send you some information about our funding in case you ever have the opportunity to grow and you need capital, or you're ever in a pinch? Can I send you some info? That's it. That's what we do. Reveal and heal. Go ahead, Wade. Bring us home.
Listen, I appreciate you guys being here tonight. As a matter of fact, we had 80, 90, almost 100 chats. It was great. The opportunity to lead your local market is amazing. And a wise lady told me one time, Wade, opportunities don't go away. They go to someone else. So don't let that opportunity to lead your market go to someone else. You guys have a great evening. Thank you for being here. God bless you. Have a good night.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at 11:30 on the Agent Update Zoom. I've got a new training called Overcoming Rejection Sensitivity.